Hello everyone, welcome to our CPD session today. My name is Amy and I'm the Youth Action Lead at Plastic Cover Schools. And joining me today is Kerry, who is our Education Officer and a primary school teacher with over 20 years experience in the classroom. We're going to be exploring what meaningful enrichment looks like in schools and how it connects to current and upcoming Ofsted priorities and how many schools are already doing this well without often realising it.
In this session, we aim to cover the following points that you can see here. Enrichment is becoming increasingly important within school development and inspection conversations. But importantly, this isn't about creating lots of additional workload and adding endless extra events to already busy timetables. Today is really about recognising the value of the opportunities we already provide, thinking carefully about inclusion and participation, and exploring how enrichment can become embedded into everyday school life. So let's start by challenging the idea that enrichment is something completely separate from the curriculum. Take a moment to look through the list displayed here. Which activities would you describe as enrichment? Which are curriculum? Which might actually be both? Usually, the conclusion that we reach is that enrichment overlaps significantly with everyday school life. Enrichment is not simply extras or expensive trips. It's about widening experiences, developing character, increasing belonging and engagement, building cultural capital, and helping children understand the wider world.
The new Ofsted thinking around enrichment places increasing importance on children's wider experiences beyond academic outcomes. This is through things like civic engagement, understanding democracy, participation and contribution to it, arts and culture, providing students with creative and cultural opportunities, nature and outdoor learning, so encouraging students to develop resilience and connection with the natural world, sport and physical activity, exploring wider opportunities beyond PE, and wider life skills, including oracy, leadership, teamwork, financial literacy, and preparation for adulthood. Across all of these themes, inspectors are increasingly interested in questions like, what is life like for children beyond lessons? Do all pupils access opportunities? Do children feel belonging and participation? And are schools preparing children for life after school? Importantly, Ofsted are also warning against performative enrichment, so activities that are done purely for inspection purposes rather than because they genuinely benefit children.
These four areas help us think about whether enrichment is genuinely meaningful and accessible. One of the biggest themes in enrichment is inclusion. Good enrichment is not only for confident, high-attaining or financially advantaged pupils. Schools are increasingly looking at who participates regularly, who misses out, whether opportunities are accessible for SEND pupils, and whether cost becomes a barrier. Sometimes, small adjustments make the biggest difference. Offering lunchtime clubs instead of only after-school clubs, creating non-competitive opportunities, encouraging quieter children into leadership roles.
Now, strong enrichment has purpose. The best opportunities often connect to school values, curriculum learning, or children's understanding of the world. And importantly, enrichment doesn't need to be expensive or massive scale. Sometimes memorable experiences come from simple but meaningful opportunities. Things like speaking to an author, or growing food at school, or going and visiting local landmarks, or taking part in enterprise projects. Another key area is pupil voice and leadership. Children shouldn't just be attending these activities, they should be helping to shape them. Because as we all know, when pupils feel ownership, engagement improves, confidence grows, and belonging increases. And this is especially powerful for children who might not always shine academically.
Enrichment should also help children understand that they can contribute positively to their communities. Importantly, these experiences should not only happen during themed weeks. The strongest schools build enrichment into lessons, assemblies, playtimes, routines, and everyday school culture. Many schools already provide strong enrichment opportunities, such as the examples given here. Often, the next step is not adding more, but improving organisation, visibility, pupil participation, and access.
Meaningful sustainability education can provide an excellent way to bring together pupil empowerment, life skills, and meaningful learning into an exciting enrichment opportunity. Environmental action at school fits well into multiple of the enrichment categories, such as nature and the outdoors, civic engagement and life skills. And centering student leadership in this action also helps to naturally fulfill Ofsted's focus on impactful personal development, whilst also helping to combat student eco-anxiety through tangible action pathways at school. And at the same time, eco-enrichment projects actually help to build important life skills in pupils, such as problem solving, teamwork, critical thinking, and green skills for future study or careers. Plus, integrating sustainability into enrichment also provides a direct mechanism for fulfilling the Department for Education's statutory strategy, which states that all education settings must have a formal climate action plan and a sustainability lead. And aligning enrichment activities with the 4 key pillars of the DfE framework, decarbonisation, adaptation, biodiversity, and climate education, can help to turn what could just be another tick box exercise in schools into actual meaningful school action. So, a win-win, really. One additional major strength of enrichment focused on sustainability is inclusivity. Unlike some enrichment activities, environmental action doesn't depend heavily on sporting ability or academic success or financial contribution or performance confidence in students, and this creates broader participation across the school community.
And we wanted to touch on how we can help your school with your eco-enrichment journey through the Plastic Clever Schools programme. One of the strengths of this programme is that it doesn't feel like an extra initiative. Instead, it naturally combines curriculum learning, pupil leadership, environmental awareness, and real-world action into a school-wide approach to tackle plastic waste. As part of Plastic Clever Schools, students can take part in all of these activities. These actions are powerful because children can see real impact within their own school environment. It also moves learning away from worksheets and towards active participation and investigation.
This is one of the strongest areas of impact. Plastic Clever Schools develops all of these qualities in students, and children are given authentic opportunities to lead and organise, communicate and influence change. And importantly, these roles have real purpose and visible outcomes in school. It also develops oracy and communication because pupils can present ideas and lead assemblies, speak to parents or governors, and persuade other students to change their habits.
To finish, I think one of the most important messages is that meaningful enrichment does not always require huge budgets, elaborate events, or extra workload. Often it's about giving children responsibility, creating belonging, widening experiences, and helping pupils feel like they can genuinely contribute. Many schools are already doing this really successfully. The challenge is now making it more inclusive, more purposeful, and more sustainable for all the children. Good luck, and if you need any help, just feel free to get in touch using the email on the screen. Bye!